Sis, do you love God? You do love God? Do you brothers love God? You love God? Do you say you do, right, sis? Can I show you something about loving God? Right? Watch this. Start at 2. Go ahead. Yep.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2.
Bring it up.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God. You said you love God, right? He said he's going to tell you how you love God. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we keep God's commandments. So if you're not keeping God's commandments, that means you what? Huh? That you don't love God. What's the opposite of love?
Right.
So if you don't keep God's commandments, you what? You hate who? Say it out loud, sis. Say it proud. You say if you don't keep God's commandments, you what? You hate God, right? All right, so I'm going to show you a commandment, right? Do you know your nationality according to the Bible? You still trying to figure you out, okay? So I'm gonna show you this, right? Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna get that identified for you. Then I'm gonna show you some commandments so you can start loving God today. All right? All praises. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it up.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So Moses, you familiar with him? What did Moses do?
Part of the Red Sea.
Moses parted the Red Sea. Why did he have to part the Red Sea? Let's see how much you know.
So let the free to be.
What people? The nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know a little bit, right? So now he got him in the wilderness, and he's going to talk to him. All right? Watch this. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So to the nation of Israel, God told them, you are a holy people, right? Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people.
So Moses is telling the nation of Israel, God chose you to be a special people
Unto himself.
Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So who is the nation of Israel equal to? No. Read it again. Read it again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So Moses is telling the nation of Israel that they are above all people. So who's equal to the nation of Israel? Nobody.
That's
That
right.
couldn't be above you and equal to you at the same time. He said above all people that are upon the face of the earth, right? But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to the nation of Israel. Deuteronomy 28:15. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
So he says it's going to happen to you in the future if you don't do all of my commandments. All right, read.
Which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He said the nation of Israel, you might be my chosen people, all right? But if you don't do what I tell you to do, then all these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you, all right? So let's read some of these curses. Give me 32.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Stop. So he says one of the curses is your sons and daughters going to be given unto another people. Sis, when did that happen to us? It happened to us in slavery. You familiar with that? You seen Roots? You seen 12 Years a Slave? You seen every slave movie in the world. Not everyone, but a lot of them, right? And they all say the same thing, that we went into slavery, that when we was in slavery, they sold us, right? That they took our children and gave them away, right? Keep reading.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Read.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
It said, and there shall be no might in your hand. What type of might? You ain't going to have no power to stop them from taking your children. You got children? You got children. So you got your child. You walking with your child. Somebody try to walk up and take your child. You're going to do everything in your strength to try to stop them from getting your child. God says in slavery, God said if we break his commandments, we're not going to have no power to stop this from happening.
Right.
How did we get here to this country? On slave ships, right? We got here on slave ships. Everybody agree with that, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Say that again.
In shackles.
In shackles, we was chained up, right? Okay, all praise.
Against our will.
Okay. Nobody goes into slavery willingly, right? All right. So watch this.
Verse 68.
Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it up.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord said He's gonna bring us into Egypt again. So remember, the whole book of Deuteronomy is talking to the Israelites. All right. When the Israelites was in Egypt the first time, what was they doing? Remember, you said Moses parted the Red Sea to do what?
To freedom.
Because they was what?
Enslaved.
They was in slavery. So that's what Egypt means. Egypt means slavery. He don't mean you going back into the land of slavery. He mean you going back into slavery.
Right.
You're not going back to Egypt. You're going into slavery, right? So let's read about this slavery. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it
and
up.
the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Slavery.
again with ships.
He said this time you're going to go into slavery, though, it's going to be with ships. So it can't be the land of Egypt because the first time we walked out of there, right? But so why would we need ships now? Because you're going into slavery far. You're going to go somewhere real far into slavery, right? So read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Slavery.
again with ships.
Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You're never going to see your homeland. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies
You're going to be sold unto your enemies. Read.
for bondmen and bondwoman.
For slave men and slave women. Sis, who's we sold to?
People that we ain't know.
Huh? Sis, no, it says certain people. What people was we sold to? Was we sold to the Chinese man?
No.
Was we sold who?
White man.
So what did he call the white man?
White devil. The white devil.
No, read it again. You're going to be sold.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
We were sold to our enemies, right? And so you remember you said he put chains on us, right? He put chains on us. Give me that 48. What I'm doing is I'm showing to you how we know we are the nation of Israel. All right? Because we go through these curses, give me that 46. Because we go through these curses, this is our identification from God that we are His chosen people.
That's
Because
right.
He told only His people that this was going to happen to them, right? So read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 46.
Bring it up.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So He said these curses are going to be upon you for a sign. What does a sign do?
Show you something.
It identifies something, right? You know this is McDonald's because you can turn around and see this big M, right?
Yeah.
So you know when you see the golden arch, hey, it's a McDonald's right there. So when you see a nation of people going through these curses, that's the nation of Israel.
That's
Sis,
right.
real fast, who else went into slavery on slave ships? The Israelites. Who else? Who else do you know about? Nobody, right? Nobody has our history. Nobody has our history because we are the nation of Israel. Okay? Understand this. So, 47. Watch this, sis.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Because you didn't serve God, which means keep His commandments happily with joyfulness in your heart. All right? Read.
For the abundance of all things.
Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Who was your enemy? Who? The person that put you in slavery, right? Remember, he said the Bible's a puzzle. You got to put it together, right?
We serving them right now.
We serving them right now, right? Keep reading.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
God sent these people against us. Read.
In hunger,
Read.
and in thirst,
Read.
and in nakedness,
Read.
and in a want of all things.
Sis, it's nothing you can think about that you don't have to get from these people.
That's right.
I don't care if you're talking about a college education,
Right.
a bottle of water. It does not matter because we don't produce anything.
Right.
We are slaves still to this day here in the land that we was brought to, sold as bondmen and bondwomen. Still slaves. All right. Nothing has changed for us, right? Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Remember, sis, you identified that. You remember you said, yeah, he put chains on us. He put chains. So, sis, what's your nationality?
Israelite.
You are Israelite. You are Israelite. You're not going to find Hebrew Israelite together in the Bible. It is one time. So when you keep saying Hebrew Israelite, I don't want you to Israelite. I don't want you to get that wrapped into your mind because God didn't call us Hebrew Israelites. God called us the Israelites.
That's right.
All right. So now I'm gonna give you a commandment because now let's go back to my original question. Do you love God? Right? How do you show you love God?
By listening and following the word.
By following the commandments. By doing what God told you to do, right? Give me that Numbers 20:22. Or Deuteronomy, you know.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Because you said you love God, right? So this is commandment is for you. All right, read this.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
He said, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. What's a woman's garment? A dress. A dress is a woman's garment, right? That's good. That's very good to get that right off the bat. You'd be surprised how many sisters we talk to, and they don't even know that a woman is a woman's clothing is a dress. All right. So let's go back to the top of that. Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So if a dress pertains to you, pants. Pants, right? Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So he says, if you do this cross-dressing, which since you're in the midst of cross-dressing right now, yes, right now, he says you are an abomination unto the Lord thy God, right? So if you want it not to be an abomination to God, what do you got to do?
I need to change my attire.
You need to change your attire. Huh? Because what's going to happen if you don't change your attire?
I'm not part of God.
Huh?
I'm not part of God. No.
This is what's going to happen. Give me that Zephaniah. This is what's going to happen to you, sis. All right? And I don't want this to happen to you. Right? Read. Zephaniah. Come on.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8.
Bring it out. Sis. Now she got to figure out what he got to, not read it again. Keep going.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice. That's when Christ comes back to kill a lot of people. We think Christ's coming back to give out hugs. He's not. He's coming back to kill a lot of people. Read.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children.
Read.
And all such.
And everybody
are clothed with strange apparel.
Everybody that is clothed with strange apparel. That means women that's wearing pants, men that's wearing dresses. That's strange apparel to God. Men without fringes.
Right.
That's strange apparel to God. He is going to kill you.
That's
All right, we got to understand that clothing is very serious to the Most High God.
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna give you another commandment because you sitting here listening, right? Give me that 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. The sister, notice what the scriptures will do to you though, because the sister was willing to listen. She was able to tell my man, I'll talk to you later on. But as soon as that law came out about pants, now she had to go get cussed out by him. And I wasn't cussing her out. I was showing her that I loved her. I was showing her that I loved her. Okay, but read this.
1 Corinthians.
Listen to this, brother. This law is for you. Brother, you ain't, come on now, come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3.
Bring it up.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ.
And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God.
Read.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered,
Read.
dishonoreth his head.
Who's your head?
Christ.
You listening? Who's your head? Christ, right? So it said every man doing what? Did you hear the scripture? What is that? Read. Or say it again. He do what? You didn't catch that part? He dishonored his head. Who's your head? And if you got your head covered, you do what? You dishonor Christ. So if you wanted to honor Christ right now, you'll do what? Remember, because you answer yes, I love God too, right? You did. So if you wanted to honor Christ, you'll do what? Right, because right now you dishonor him, right? So if you wanted to honor him, you'll do what? All praises to the Most High. Simple. Repentance is that easy. Repentance is that easy. Once you find out God said do it, do it.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too.
walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it's how I'm wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.